Nikki. How are you guys? Hope you're well. Let's talk about Peachy Correctors real quick. Okay, real quick. So I wanted to give you, some recommendations for product, application, and non-recommendations for color correctors. So if you guys watch my channel, you watch my Get Ready With Me's. I don't do it all the time, but I do correct my dark circles and my under eye darkness. I don't even want to call them circles, but the under eye darkness, and I use a Peachy corrector to do that. So what color correcting is, really quickly, there's plenty of wonderful videos on it if you're unfamiliar. It's basically using the rules of the color wheel to cancel out different discolorations on your face using the opposite color on the wheel. So for example, I believe opposite or complementary. I'll make sure I'm right. If you have a lot of redness, a green corrector, like I said, you have a red zit or something, a green corrector will cancel out that redness, and then you put your complexion products over top and it'll help. The only color correcting that I do is for the dark, like they look bluish to purple, the darkness under my eyes. I don't have bags or anything, but it's darker there. There's a little depth there that I like to cancel out. And so a lot of times my foundation and concealer can work just fine, but sometimes I just want that extra help. And so it goes right under my eyes, and yeah, so I'm going to show you, and I use peachy tones for that. That's where I was going with this. So because mine are bluish and purple, I use a peachy tone. I can go as far as orange, but usually I stay within the peachy, almost looks corally type of corrector to place. And yeah, I saw a girl, I don't know if it was a TikTok, Instagram, you kids. I saw a girl who mixes her corrector in with her concealer. And that's how she does it. It floored me. I do mine in steps. So I'll tell you what I do, and then I'll give you some recommendations and some non-recommendations. So in order of my steps, I always do my eyes before my face anyway. So my eyes are done, whatever. My face, I put my, do my skincare, all of that. And then I put my primer on. Because the correctors are considered products, not skincare. I put my primer on. And then I go in with my corrector. And so I'll use a peachy corrector. That's what we're talking about. And I'll place that. And this is usually a liquid or creamy product. They have like powder correctors and stuff, but nah, liquid or cream product. Place it under the eyes, blend it so where I see it doing its job. If it blends away, it's not opaque enough, but blend it so I see it doing its job. And because these are liquid or cream products, I actually set that under eye area that I put the concealer, I set it with a powder, a light powder. I set it with that, and then I go on top of my foundation, my concealer, and even though that layer of corrector, powder underneath, then foundation, concealer, and then another powder under my under eyes. It's not too many layers. It doesn't crease. Well, depending on the product I'm using, but if I do it right and I use my favorite products, it doesn't crease. It stays there. It doesn't look too cakey or heavy under my eye, and it just works. Because I still work in thin layers with the corrector. It's just that these things are very opaque. So, yeah. So, the products that I like to use, my favorite corrector of all time, my favorite corrector that I use is this. I hope they still make this. This is the Benefit Boeing Brightening Concealer. So apparently Benefit had erase paste. Benefit erase paste. I never had that. But they reformulate or rebranded. And this is called the Boeing Brightening Concealer. Now, this is a concealer. It comes in 6 shades. This is a concealer. You can use it as concealer. But the undertone of this concealer is peachy. It's definitely, you can see that it's peachy. I've really gotten into this. It's peachy, and so I don't use it as concealer. I use it as corrector. And so I place it and blend it and set it. So that's like my number. That's my number one. Okay. The next two, I don't think they make these anymore. So I'll just quickly mention them. The Too Faced Peach Concealer. I don't know if these are meant to be correctors, if it was just the peach line based on the scent and the whole sweet peach and all that, or were they meant to be like correctors? All of them had a peachy undertone. I don't know. But these concealers have a peachy undertone as well. So it's giving you that correction and a bit of coverage. And these are matte concealers. I really enjoy these concealers. Don't know if they make them anymore. This is a classic here. This is probably the deepest that I use. This is from LA Girl Pro Conceal. These LA Girl, remember these LA Girl concealers was popping. It was popping. And so this is one that I'll use, and I highly recommend. It's only like $3, and I know for sure they still make that. Recently in a few videos, Get Ready With Me's, I've been using my Milani Conceal and Perfect concealer wheel thing, and I've used the corrector in there. This works quite well. I can't add it to a favorite yet, but I've been using it recently and it works quite well. Don't know if they still make that one. I got this at the dollar store. But those are the ones that I really, really enjoy. I'll talk about what I set with in a moment. But some that I've tried that they're not enough, or they're too much. So this is the one from Milani. This is the Supercharged Brightening Under Eye Tint, and it says Deep Peach. This is not, no. It's too thin. It's too light of a peach to be considered deep peach. Let me blend it out. No. Maybe if you're lighter than me, it'll work. Because it does have a little bit of tint, but not what I need. Also, this, I really wanted to like this because everybody liked it. I paid $30-something for it. It's okay. It's okay, but it's not going to be one I reach for all the time. If my dark areas get a little lighter, this might work. But this is the Becca, now it's Smashbox and Becca, the under eye brightening corrector that everyone loved and raved about. This is the deepest shade they carry. This is it. This is the deepest one. It's okay. It does what it needs to do, but it's just not strong enough for me. It's okay. But everybody loved this stuff. I'll keep using it. But everybody, you know, sold out, waiting for it to come out. I was like, I need to hop on this. Fear of missing out, and I could have missed out. That's all I'm saying. And then this one I got from my beauty supply store. This is Nikki Perfection Multi-Use Concealer. This concealer, I have like a bunch of shades of this concealer. It is in like skin tone shades. It is it's a lot of coverage. It says super coverage. It's a lot of coverage. It's a full coverage concealer. With that being said, this corrector is just as heavy. It's almost too much where it's going to require me to use a lot more product of foundation or concealer to cover it up. See how bright that is? Yeah, I want it to be peachy but also muted. So it's one of the ones I would stay away from that one as well. You have to use that very, very sparingly. Very, very sparingly. Okay. And then I do set, because I'm oily, and like I said, I use powder for insurance purposes. And I said this is the best powder. I'm going to link what I can down below. But this is the e.l.f. It's a loose powder. It's in the shade Hint of Tint. It has a peachy under situation to it. Look at it. It's perfect to set. And it's mostly, well, it's not mostly translucent, but it's a lightweight. And I set my corrector with this powder, and it is the best. It's lightweight. Anything can go over top of it. It's not caking up. It's not making a mess. It's perfect. I have a lot of this. I've been using this for years now, and I guess I'm finally below halfway of using it. I probably should buy another one. I need to figure out what it is. I'll link it if I find it. So, just want to talk about peachy correctors really quickly. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about any of the products mentioned in this video, feel free to leave it down below. I love you all, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.